Alright, what's up, guys? Today we're watching Disturbing Things I Found on the Internet, Volume 15 by Lazy Masquerade. Now, see, y'all probably heard about this YouTuber, but I low-key got interest because, I like watching disturbing stuff already. If you don't know, welcome to the family. I'm Ren just chilling, and we usually react to videos and play video games. But, but today we're watching, once again, Disturbing Things I Found on the Internet, and, I like disturbing things, so, yeah, let's get into it. Ooh.
Buried deep in the footnotes of old troll posts is a cursed link.
Oh,
one which led
like that's not any type of normal nowadays. Like they always send a cursed link or dark channel, whatever. It's yeah.
millions of oblivious internet users to a simple landing page. Just a black screen.
Oh.
Two obnoxious clowns.
And somehow someone piqued their interest into clicking that link. Cause I wouldn't.
And a button marked Enter.
Oh.
This was Kekma.ga, a bait
Nigga, is that Mickey Mouse? What the fuck?
and switch shock site, which, though age-gated, certainly shouldn't be viewed by anyone.
Great.
It was launched in
somehow we're
April
viewing it.
2019 by notorious internet
Oh, what the
sadist
fuck?
Obok Meatgod, the same gentleman behind Women's Alliance.xy.
Enter the website contains story females empowerment. Some of these stories may upset or offend sensitive viewers. This site is only suitable for children. Wait, what? Unsuitable for children. I said suitable, my fault. Unsuitable for children, 18 plus only. Oh wow, you totally that's totally gonna stop anybody that's underage or age to fucking say some crazy wild shit.
YZ, who chose a domain name that blended Kek, or LOL, with MAGA. The site's purpose? To protest the safe and sterile, social media dominated internet that had spread to browsers.
Great.
To draw traffic, trolls and morbid pranksters advertised Kekma in bad faith. Bait links were shared on Discord servers, in the comment sections of historical and political YouTube videos, and on subreddits populated with young and naive users.
Teenagers is the biggest community run by teenagers for teenagers. Our subreddit was primarily for discussions and memes that average teenagers were just about. We do not let age restrictions in this. Wait, what? We do not have any age restriction in this place, but do keep in mind, this is targeted for users between ages of 13 or 19. Like, that's going to stop anyone. Parents, teachers, and the like are welcome to participate and ask any questions. Any question?
Like r/teenagers. Cool new Reddit alternative, they'd say. Or underground webcomic. A political discussion board.
Great.
A meme treasure trove. Anything to get a click. Within seconds of entering, unsuspecting users were hauled into one of the most violently offensive experiences the web has ever offered. Even if your volume was set to low, the site would emit a deafeningly loud, sustained screech, designed to damage the hearing of headphone
I don't like that. Oh yeah, if y'all new to the channel too, I fucking hate mannequins. Oh my god.
users, and give a minor heart
Please stop
attack
looking
to
at me.
everyone else. At the same time, their browser window would forcefully switch to full screen mode. What appeared changed often. One of the many central videos was a medical recording of pork tapeworm cysts being squeezed from a human liver. Later, it evolved, or devolved, into a clip of a bloodied man squatting in a bathtub, forcing a large metal object into his urethra.
I swear, people have no shame.
Flashing incessantly behind this central video was a rapid-fire montage of pure depravity.
Oh my god.
These images also changed often, and included a man whose face had been mauled by a bear, another of a person who held onto a firecracker for too long,
and blew off his hand.
corpses, dogs being skinned alive at meat markets, and other ambiguous gore.
I don't understand why people like gore. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been a fan. I hope. I don't like. It's like, oh yeah, I watch gore. Like people in like school or something like that, or like somebody like that's your somehow friend or some shit. You're like, oh yeah, I love watching gore, and they just say it with a straight face, like, yo, you need to go to a mental asylum, because what the hell?
F4ing wasn't an option. Trying to exit the site would only result in a dialog box pop-up, a known JavaScript trick that prevented escape. Kekma.ga spread like wildfire through word of mouth, drawing millions of eyes. And just like with Women's Alliance, Obok defended his creation, stating that he gave every visitor a chance to turn back, and, mostly due to legal concerns, he chose not to include malware. But the site itself was a virus of another kind. Not one that infected your system, but your brain. Those most indoctrinated describe themselves as the Kekma crew, so
Grown ass man wearing a clown. I mean, people. I mean, guys, clown for entertainment, but grown ass man taking it serious like this with a big ass clown nose.
called members of Gamerkind, who created
Beginning the adventures of a young man who principal interests are mutilation and venom. What is that bleeped word? I hope it's not what I think it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. If it's some type of thing that has some type of meaning to mutilation. This is, oh my god, the Kenma movie.
hateful content targeting women and minorities.
Great.
Kekma was blacklisted in many countries as a result. The site continuously reincarnated, from Kekma.ga to Kekma.xyz.
But who's the creator? Because what the fuck? How are they still alive? And how are they not locked up?
To Kekma.net. Though it never truly broke through to the mainstream, it didn't need to. It slipped between the cracks and corrupted many a developing mind.
Ew!
Young people, who, if anything, were only drawn in by the warning on the landing page, thinking it was all part of the joke. And then the joke became tricking other youngsters with the same link. Online violence isn't a new phenomenon by any means, but it is certainly becoming more prevalent and being shared more casually.
Jesus Christ.
And with so much real-life horror and hate just a click away, children aren't just being exposed to it, they're learning to laugh at it. Just look at the recent epidemic of AI gore on TikTok.
Oh, and that's man sticking his tongue out. Wow. Oh my god. Are their mouths open? What the fuck? Why do they look so uncanny?
Where real-life tragedies are being filtered through apps like Runway and given a Minions or Lego paint job.
Oh yeah, we did react to a video like that. It was some fucking crazy gore thing video of minions and shit. Yeah, I did not like that. That was disturbing. I wouldn't want no one to see that because that's the, oh no. There's like actual gore videos of minions just getting, yeah, it's just crazy.
These clips aren't just being made for children, but by them.
By
Thought
them.
up and posted by those already
That is true. I'm not gonna lie, because once again, the internet's a fucked up place, so I'm not surprised.
desensitized thanks to sites like Kekma. In February 2022, without warning,
R.I.P. Ketma.
Kekma.net shut down.
Ketma has finally achieved its goal of a 30 million views. It's pretty much served its purpose of researching and stock site can spread on advertising budget for nothing. From Cuba to Turkish, Kekma has been seen in every nation and an internet connection. We have learned many interesting things about Kekma's damn, Ren. Shit, read. In spite of the interconnect of a modern world is spread events almost always a regional. The site will usually begin spreading in the Pacific countries, then move out to its neighbors before circulating to other continents. This was the case with every major spreading origin point, from Poland to Vietnam to Brazil to India. Wow. If you miss Kekma, I encourage you to make your own site to replace it. It has been joy to get emails from all across the world, but there is a little reason to keep it running. Yeah, this nigga's weird.
According to Obok, Kekma was an experiment, a test to see how far shock could spread online.
And how fucked up people are, I guess, huh?
Without ads.
No, he's fucked up too if he's doing this experiment, because why would you do that?
VR, just through links. But it didn't die.
Yeah.
Mirrors popped up. Community sites stayed active. By October, Kekma.net was live once again, back by popular demand. Because for some guinea pigs, Obok's experiment had a lasting impact.
Yikes, that's not good at all. Yeah, people like that you gotta stay away from, like, most definitely. And that's why they always say stay safe from the internet and stuff like that, because like this shit is wow.
Between 2017
M.com.
and 2021, Norwegian-born Marius Gustavsson, a man with zero medical training, operated
Great.
a secret network of extreme body modification from his basement flat in Haringey,
Wait, so he has no medical training and he got away with this?
North London. But he wasn't offering tattoos or piercings. Gustafsson's service was far more radical
Oh my
and far
god.
more dangerous. What he offered was nullification surgeries.
Why?
In the underground body mod scene, nullos are people, almost always men, who've had their reproductive organs removed.
Oh wow.
Most identify as having had their gender nullified, with many opting for a nulloplasty, a completely smooth look down there, akin to an Action Man or G.I. Joe. For some, it's about identity. For others, it's a fantasy or a mental compulsion. But for Gustafsson, it was a business.
Wow.
You see, online, Gustafsson went by a different name. Eunuch Maker.
So this man is definitely crazy, and I would not want him near me because if I said something wrong, I'm gonna wake up with nothing down there the next morning.
On his website, theem.com, he targeted those with body integrity identification disorder, a rare condition characterized by a persistent and intense desire to
But how would he know unless someone would say it, or like unless he'd been going around the media to see if they have that type of disorder?
have body parts removed,
That's
usually
low-key
because they feel like
psychotic
foreign
as fuck.
objects. Specifically, Gustafsson offered to turn people into nullos for low prices. No
Why?
consultation required.
So this nigga's just doing it for the love of the game then. What the fuck? Yo, he's doing it for the love of the game. This nigga did not care at all. He's like, okay, you can pay me like a quick little 20, 50 or something like that. I'm doing it for the love of the game for real. This nigga's a demon.
No pesky psychiatrists involved. Acceptance guaranteed. Problem was, BIID is so rare that building a business model on back alley operations alone wasn't going to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
But one thing that the internet's never been short of is morbidly curious degenerates.
True.
Through his site, Gustafsson set up a pay-per-view service, a red room of sorts, though not one dedicated to snuff. He rigged his flat with cameras and turned it into a black market surgery centre. For an annual subscription of £100, or £35 during the New Year's sale, so-called VIP
So you need some people spending of an average of $47 plus $100 to do this? Are you serious?
IPs could watch Eunuch
Loki, that is cheap as hell for a surgery. I'm not gonna hold you. This nigga really was doing it for the love of the game. Cause what the hell?
Maker perform his surgeries live.
Live? And then they get taken down? What the fuck? Well, it wasn't a black web, so I'm not even gonna.
Through encrypted forums and online groups, Gustafsson recruited volunteers. Young men, one as young as 16, who had fallen deep
So you need to tell me a 16-year-old. He did this to a 16-year-old. He did not care. Once again, this is a 16-year-old. He does not care. Are you serious?
into the online.
Where the fuck is your mother and where your father at? Cause what the hell? How did you even get to this point? Like, did they not ask about your whereabouts or some shit saying like, where are you, son? Where are you, son? Next thing you know, low key, I just realized that. How the hell is he gonna pee? How's he gonna pee? Or, you know, like, how? What is he gonna do if he has to pee?
Nullo rabbit
Did they like make a tube or some shit?
hole. He offered to remove any unwanted bits and pieces, free of charge, provided they didn't mind their procedure being live streamed. Then, for the viewing pleasure of his paying customers, he'd give his victims kitchen table surgeries, amputations, castrations, and penectomies, using makeshift tools like kitchen knives and livestock clamps. Some procedures involve
Oh god, just thinking about it. That's low-key making me nauseous. What the fuck? Ew!
slicing, or even worse, crushing the patient's most sensitive parts. Others included electric shocks, sub-zero freezing, or injection with various chemicals.
Ew.
He even branded his patients with the initials EM using a red-hot iron. To drive engagement, Gustafsson sometimes played a
Did he at least put them to sleep while he was doing it? Because that's low-key kind of freaky if you don't put them to sleep while you're doing this.
dice game live on stream to decide which body part should be removed next.
Oh, wait, what?
Given how crude these life-threatening operations were, things inevitably went wrong, usually as a result of blood loss. During one episode, a patient was heard crying, "I don't want to die," while he hemorrhaged. Several patients had to be rushed to hospital to be saved by actual medical professionals, and at least one client lost function in his hands.
This is exactly what you get. Because why the fuck would you go to an unprofessional doctor just because of the fact that, like, you're curious?
On the phone to emergency services,
Well, he did say that some of them had mental disorders, so he took advantage of that. But still, some of them didn't. He was just curious. So that's your dumbass fault.
Gustafsson would lie, describing how his patients had actually injured themselves.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Over the years,
Now you have no wiener.
the EM website received plenty of traffic, as many as 300,000 visits per day, with 23,000 users signed up for the
Damn.
VIP membership package. Analytics confirmed that this little venture
Nigga got fucking Twitch subs like crazy.
had global appeal. The
Tier
site
level-
had active
tier
users
level
in
3.
every single country, bar one. North Korea.
Then again, North Korea, yeah, I kind of understand it because North Korea does not like tolerate that shit, right?
Needless to say, it was a lucrative enterprise. As a side hustle, Gustafsson would pickle the removed body parts and sell them to customers. As one of his IRL friends recalled, "My partner and I were there when a sale went down. He used the money to buy pizza. It wasn't a lot." But not all of the sliced off appendages were
He looks like a freak. Nigga looks like a just tier 3 sub of Pokemon, and like this nigga looks like a fucking weirdo.
sold. Gustafsson kept some as souvenirs, storing them in jars and displaying them over his bed.
Oh my god.
He was even known to serve private parts for lunch and film mukbangs for his audience. The occasional sausage platter or a salad with nuts, he joked. This wasn't just a dark niche though. The EM.com had become a kind of cult of mutilation. Gustafsson surrounded himself with acolytes, fans, and partners who helped to spread his influence. And for years,
No.
nobody stopped him. He even had his
No.
closest followers perform procedures on him. In his words, he had had himself turned into a Ken doll with nothing down there. Additionally, he had
Bro, as we speak, I'm kind of low key holding my crotch because like I'm low key kind of scared. Like you know, like that feeling whenever you like when someone get there like some type of like funny fail and then after they hit something, like oh, that's what I'm feeling right now.
his left leg frozen with dry ice. From then on, he had to use a wheelchair and claimed £18,000 in disability benefits from the government. But EM's business would come crashing down in 2021 when one courageous victim approached Devon and Cornwall police with a USB stick. It contained over 5,000 WhatsApp messages, more than 100 images, and multiple videos,
That nigga had more. That nigga probably had like 80, like probably fucking 80 terabytes.
all documenting what had been done to him. He described how he had been drugged before the backstreet surgeon began cutting into him with a scalpel. At one point, he said that he was strapped to a bed and electrocuted. A digital viewing team of 6 officers watched over 400 hours of footage to help identify Gustafsson's
He has over 400 hours of footage. That's fucking insane.
numerous assistants. After a complex investigation, British authorities arrested 46-year-old Gustafsson and 6 co-conspirators. Charges
God,
ranged.
oh, they're like in the mid range of fucking 40 and 50. Oh my god, they're freaks.
From grievous bodily harm to the distribution of material involving minors.
Minors. Oh yeah,
Prosecutors
16. I remember.
described Gustafsson as a master manipulator who controlled and exploited vulnerable young men under the guise of being their friend. For his victims, they said, the horror was both physical and psychological. Some of them later admitted to feeling coerced, misled, or even brainwashed into becoming nullos. Others said that they were mesmerized, seeing the calm and confident eunuch maker in the flesh. In response, his defense team played the Joker card, saying that the Norwegian only wanted to put a smile on people's faces, both those he was transforming and those who were watching his live streams. Besides,
Jesus.
all of his patients had consented to their procedures. But consenting to extreme body mods isn't a defense in the UK. Aside from tattoos and piercings, pretty much every modification is illegal, or dubiously legal at best. And so, in May
So in the UK, like you can get anything on your body. Oh,
2024, at the Old Bailey in London, Gustafsson was sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum term of 22 years.
see, that's the thing about the crime, like, bro. Oh my god, like, bro, they literally like this nigga literally just did mutilation to like every like any type of age, any type of person. So like, He should have at least he also has 400 hours worth of video footage and photos. So he should at least get more than 22 years. He should have more than, like, that nigga should have a solid 80 years. Nigga should have his whole life.
The judge described him as the architect of a deeply disturbing
Nigga's a
enterprise,
psychopath.
one that blurred the line between consent and exploitation, fantasy and irreversible harm. Gustafsson showed no remorse, not for
Literally.
the crimes he had committed, nor for the lasting physical and psychological damage he had inflicted. This story shocked even the darkest corners of the internet. Gustafsson didn't invent the idea of nullification, but he did turn that subculture into something predatory. And even now, remnants of his network remain online.
It's not crazy, dude. It's probably like actual, like, there's probably like many more people like him and worse. Beanbag
Most
Adventure.
towns have their fair share of abandoned buildings, and most of them tell the same old story. Mold, neglect, the slow decay of something that used to matter. If you were to go urban exploring in the rundown remnants of a former school, hospital, or factory, you'd likely find little else other than broken glass, rusty bed frames, discarded stationery, or the occasional mattress. Echoes of life, long since emptied out. But what one Chinese explorer discovered was anything but typical. In February 2022, a Bilibili and Douyin user known as Beanbag Adventure uploaded footage of what appeared to be.
I think we watched this before, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we watched this before. So I'm gonna skip this because I remember this because it was like a whole like crazy thing. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this segment because we already watched this section, and if y'all want to watch it yourselves, I can put the link down in the bio if y'all want to watch that video. I think it was also a video called The Darkest Corner of the Internet, but it was by a different creator. So if y'all want to watch that, I'll put it in the link in bio, but we're gonna skip this. Amy Lynn Bradley.
In the 1990s, cruise ships promised luxury, freedom, and tropical escape. But behind the glossy brochures and smiling staff photos was a different reality. One of lax security, minimal oversight, and jurisdictional loophole.
I'm low-key kind of scared because I think I might have watched this too, because I was just another video where it was a female that went missing, and it turns out she was in another video. But hey, we never know.
That left passengers shockingly vulnerable. Surveillance was limited. Background checks were loose. And once you were at sea, you were at the mercy of the ship's own internal systems, not the laws of any single country. It was the perfect setting for someone to vanish without a trace. And in 1998, that's exactly what happened to 23-year-old Amy Lynn Bradley.
Damn.
At the time, Amy lived just outside of Richmond, Virginia, with her parents, Ivor and Ron, and her brother, Brad. By pure luck, her parents had won a pair of cruise tickets through a sweepstake at Ron's company, and being generous, they offered to pay for Amy and Brad to join them on the trip of a lifetime. Amy was initially hesitant. Although she loved swimming, she had a mild phobia of the open ocean. She also had a fear of heights.
Me too.
And the upper deck of the cruise ship was 105.
I'm not gonna hold you with I don't like the ocean, and I don't know why I don't like the ocean. It's just that, like, I just don't like the sea, and maybe because it's like something big like sharks and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, like I just don't fuck with that. Like hey, some people might fuck with the ocean a lot. You know, people that love the beach. I don't fuck with the beach. I refuse to go to the beach, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, but hey, some people are different.
Feet above the water
A lot of people are different because they love the water, but me personally, I'm not a big fan of the water
line. However, when her brother Brad accepted their offer, so did Amy. The siblings were close, and in spite of her phobias, she saw it as a good opportunity to enjoy a week of sun, sightseeing, and family bonding. On March 21st, the Bradleys boarded the Rhapsody of the Seas, an 11-deck cruise liner operated by Royal Caribbean, bound for the island of Curaçao. On the morning of March 23rd, the ship docked in Aruba. Amy and her relatives spent the day exploring the island. That evening, the Bradleys all got dressed up for dinner, where the ship's photographer took pictures of them in their formal wear. Amy drew a lot of attention during dinner.
I think we did watch this before, but we're gonna watch it anyway because I wanna hear his version of the story.
Not just from other passengers, but also
Because
from
Loki
crew
longer
members.
than the last one.
Several waiters had suggested taking her to Carl's and Charlie's while they were docked in Aruba. Incidentally, the same venue where Natalie Holloway would disappear 7 years later.
Whoa.
Amy turned down their offers, telling her dad that they gave her the creeps. In fact, Amy expressed repeated discomfort throughout those first days of the cruise, telling her family that she felt uneasy around certain crew members and didn't want to leave the ship unaccompanied. After dinner, the Bradleys changed back into their casual clothes. While Amy and Brad went to the onboard casino, their mother went to buy their formal photos, only to notice that all of the pictures of Amy were gone. The photographer recalled printing the images, though was unsure who had removed them. He reprinted
So they
them
was
for Abba,
targeting.
who assumed there must have been some sort of mix-up. Later, Amy and Brad headed to the Viking Lounge, a nightclub on the 9th floor deck. They danced, had a few drinks, and returned to their cabin at around 3:35 a.m. on the 24th.
And Amy was
The
sitting.
two stayed up, talking on their balcony,
Oh, this is
discussing their
different.
upcoming plans for Curacao. Eventually, Brad went to bed, leaving Amy alone outside.
Okay.
At 5:30 a.m., their father, Ron Bradley, briefly awoke and looked out the window. Amy was still out on the balcony, asleep on a lounge chair. "I could see Amy's legs from her hips down," he would later report. "I dozed back off to sleep. The balcony door was closed. I would have got up and closed it otherwise." But when Ron awoke again at 6 a.m., that same balcony door had been half opened, and Amy was gone.
Okay, so this is the story that basically I'm gonna give you the summary because like I already watched it and we already watched it. We actually already watched this together. So if you want to watch that video, I also put that in the link in the bio. But basically, this girl basically went missing in a cruise, and basically, she turns out some men actually took her to this. Like some people speculate that some men took her to this island, basically to make her as a trafficker or something like that, some of the sort. And basically, they said they found footage of her. Matter of fact, they might show footage of her. Yeah, right here, they might show footage. Oh, he showed different footage though.
Caribbean.
Yeah, they
Her
said
name was
they found her
listed
like this.
as Jazz. An independent forensic expert examined the photos and concluded that they were a near perfect match for Amy. In his opinion, the facial structure, hairline, and piercings lined up completely.
Yeah.
These pictures have since fueled online discussion and led many to believe that Amy was smuggled off the cruise liner and enslaved by a human trafficking ring. On March 24th, 2010, exactly 12 years after her disappearance, Amy Lynn Bradley was declared legally dead. That's despite no body ever being found. Some believe Alistair Yellow Douglas was behind her vanishing. Perhaps he had pushed her into the ocean after she rejected his advances. Others suspect that she was smuggled off the ship by multiple crew members. But perhaps
I still don't understand that. How did they smuggle her unless they hit her somewhere like in the captain's thing, and then after that, whenever the cruise was over, that's when they took her somewhere. That's so creepy, bro.
simplest answer is the most likely. That these photos, and all the supposed sightings, are nothing more than red herrings, and that Amy truly did fall from the balcony.
Yeah.
After all, middle-class white women from happy homes are far from your typical trafficking victims, especially when they're surrounded by their loving family, who will immediately begin searching for them, and when the operation involves smuggling them away in broad daylight. Such monsters typically target the disadvantaged, the isolated, and the vulnerable. According to her family, Amy was planning to enter a photography contest. Could it be that she stood on the small drinks table that was on the balcony to get a good shot of the sunrise over Curacao, only to fall overboard in the process? Regardless of her swimming ability, falling into the water from a great height would be like hitting concrete. They say it's the not knowing that's the hardest. And today, almost 3 decades since their beloved Amy vanished, the
3
Bradley family are
decades?
still searching for answers.
Oh my god. That's actually insane. And also, if y'all like the video, definitely check out this person and subscribe. If y'all want more reactions like this, definitely hit up the comments saying, hey, I low-key fuck with this, friend. keep doing what you do and stuff like that, something like that. But yeah, definitely like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and show once again. But yeah, but once again, if you definitely love the content, definitely show some love to my boy, and see you in the next one. Peace.